West Coast natives SOB has finally come out with their second project. Now, I heard of them when they came out on the whole Black Panther project, which I covered recently, and they were pretty good. And I was like, damn, they brought an energy and a status to the fucking Black Panther recording that they needed, and they were one of the highlights of the whole mixtape. Now I checked them out, and they're from, of course, the West Coast, and they're kind of like Brock Turner if Brock Turner focused on street shit. A lot of referencing the gang culture, gang life, gang lifestyle. It's just fucking cool right here. Now, one of the things I can say about this group is that they focus a lot on an idea. Like on track one, not like Brock Turner does, but on track one, they of course have the line. One of them say, I don't fuck with niggas, like a Nazi, which I thought was played out. But then one of them says, I don't fuck with niggas, like a Uncle Tom. I thought that was pretty funny, and I actually laughed and bust a gut on that shit. That was pretty cool. Also, one of them says, if I'm to take, since I'm, says something about being taken. If he wasn't taken, he would take your bitch, which I thought was pretty cool. That was nice. And then you have a song like On Me, which pretty much talks about how he has weapons, guns, jewelry on him, which was pretty also nice. Also, the song On Me had this line that was pretty funny where he says he keeps a pole so the devils won't take his soul. I thought that, whoa, that was pretty deep. And then you have Antisocial, which I thought, yeah, they're kind of really screwing on the whole idea that they're antisocial. I mean, the first track has like references to not fucking niggas, not fucking with niggas twice. So kind of really thought that Antisocial was redundant. And it's like 2 minutes, shit like that. But hey, it's a pretty good track. And then you have Lifestyle. Lifestyle have them remembering the struggles of street life. And one of them says like the word cracker, which I've thought, oh man, they're using racially racially insulting words to white people. That's pretty bad. But they say nigga all throughout this whole fucking mixtape. So I'm like, oh damn. But yeah, one of them says, life is a game of chess. You better learn to use your soldier. I thought that was pretty cool. That was a very lit line. Now we got so many topics about talking their abilities that they have a song where they talk about how they can't, or at least their enemies can't, with a reference to like YG's Hard Life. But I find this track to be very like a dumbed down, simplistic version compared to other songs. They actually says a line like, if a bitch can't pay me, then she can't. Which I'm like, damn. And they also does like this sound of bling blang, which kind of reminded me of Lil Yachty's fucking Harley, and I fucking hated that album Lil Yachty came out with like a year ago, Teenage Emotion. So that didn't help the song likability for me. All right. So you have the song Stuck Up, which really starts to like, I don't want to sound like stuck up, but it really starts to start the fall of this album because it's like a track mixed with flute, have really nice flute beat, but it's kind of about love. And towards the end of the album, it has a lot of fucking R&B croon songs about love, which I wasn't really feeling because the lyrical material on the fucking songs were pretty trash. Take a song like the 12th track, The Man Now, and the 13th track, YHUNG, which kind of was a stupid way to spell young to me. But hey, I don't fucking care. But these two tracks have this auto-tune croon vocals, which I wasn't really feeling, and they're pretty short, which is a blessing, but they're kind of an annoyance, shit like that. And of course, you have a song like God, which is basically he prays to God for everything in these streets. And, it feels like another highly religious gangster, but not in the way of Kendrick Lamar, who was featured on the same album as Black Panther, but really in a shallow and very non-offensive way, if you ask me. Plus, speaking of Kendrick Lamar, I don't know if you noticed, but the 11th track and the 12th track have the same fucking time, which kind of reminded me of Damn and how the last two tracks on the album had the same time, which was a little bit odd to me, but hey. But the one thing I do like about God is that there's a part where he calls out life and calls out people faking to be seen cool as a gangster. He says niggas die every day. Who's fun? Who is this fun to? Which I thought, yeah, that's pretty real. That's some real shit. And you have a song like Paid in Full where he does a Kobe reference, which was pretty good. And he says that everybody's eating like a picnic, which was a pretty alright song. Always is pretty much about referencing how loyalty is good in the game, which was a pretty nice reference for, a song and a nice idea. So you have the song Back to Back where they say that they're going to shoot a bitch if she snitch. And also they equate themselves to the KKK for some reason. And they also do this out-of-date reference to Rich Homie Quan and feeling some type of way. I'm like, fuck, come on, man. That's been out for like a few years, man. Oh yes, and the track before that actually have like shows the lyrical incompetence of some of the rappers on here, where he literally says you got the right nigga but the wrong nigga. I'm like, I was baffled, like what the fuck does that even mean, nigga? I mean, but they have this cool little line where he says feeling froggy, but they leap like they're tadpoles. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty nice. And they also have this quote like a Bernie Mac reference where he says he has the Mac like Bernie, which was pretty cool. Now, they end the album off with one of the best tracks on here, which was Once Upon a Time, talking about how they used to be broke. And they have pretty cool one-liners, like he says, the dick ain't free, he's not a mixtape. And he says, I beat it up like Rodney King, which was a pretty good LA riots reference, which, they're from the Bay Area, LA and shit. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing that they would do. They also have this pretty cool reference where he says, you don't want smoke like it's doctor's advice, or just something with smoke and doctor, which was a pretty cool little line. Like I thought, oh, that's a new turn of phrase for the whole fucking you don't want smoke thing. Pretty nice. And he also does this thing where he says that it's not Twitter, you not certified on these streets, which was, oh man. But overall, this album is pretty cool, but I feel like they could have tweaked out like some of these songs and could have cut out the filler more. But yeah, it has some witty lines, and I'm going to give this album like a 6, I'm going to give it like them the benefit of the doubt because this is their sophomore peer, and but I'm expecting more on their third release, but they're just young kids and shit like that, and they're pretty cool. Now, if you like this review, please like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and guys, I'm out. How did you feel about this SOB album? What do you have to say about it? And shout outs to my boy, Rap Reviewer. I know he's probably going to cover this album. I can't wait until he releases his review. I want to really see how he feels about this whole fucking album. Peace out.